Hey everybody, what's up? My name's Mario. I've been seeing some posts where everyone's talking about their why, so I figured maybe it's time to go ahead and put mine out there as well. So, a little bit about myself without making it too long. First of all, this is weird for me. I don't record myself, so I've been doing DDPY on and off, if I'm being honest, since 2015. I recall going to a screening to see the resurrection of Jake the Snake Roberts, and I was just so moved by that movie. Very inspiring. And I subscribed immediately to the program. Got the DVDs at the time. That was even before the app was a thing. And I was going strong for like that year, and I think it happens to a lot of us where um, life just happens and gets in the way. And I think we all know too, it's no secret, the hardest part to this program is starting it. And, once you start it, then you get that unstoppable feeling, and it's so easy to get out of it, but it's hard to get into it. And that's just like what had happened, with myself. Um, you know, um, Things were up and down the last few years. And a couple of years ago, I was just like I was at a low, mentally. I was not right. I've been struggling with mental health for some years now, and physically, I was the heaviest I've ever been. I was so uncomfortable under my skin, and I hated the way that I looked. I hated the way that clothes were fitting me. My whole life, I was a little guy. I'm 5'9", and my weight's always been like 140, 150. 2 years ago, I was 180. And that's when Christina Russell reached out to me, and I'll never forget that. I never spoke to Christina before in my life. Christina was just, this DDPY instructor who was on some of the videos, that that for the workouts that I'd been doing. And she reached out to me, and that was a huge turning point in my life. And it took me a couple months to get into it and to start working out again back then. And again, this is 2019. um, 2020 came, and it really it hit all of us, right? And I just thought to myself, like, things had to be different this time. And I committed myself to actually putting in the work to do this, to do these DDPY workouts, and to switch, my eating habits, because God knows that contributed to a lot of it too. I was eating a lot back then, and I was drinking very socially, and it all adds up. It's so hard to take the weight off, but it's so easy to put it on. But anyway, I just decided it was time to cut all that and really just focus on me. And I know that the challenge was always there for this Positively Unstoppable. Honestly, just keeping it real with you guys, I was too scared to do it. I was scared that I was going to let myself down, um, that I was going to fail, even. It's even kind of messed up, but like, that's what I was thinking at that time. And, you know, I wasn't seeing the results right away. It took like 2 months, and I wanted to give up. And I kept going, and I stuck to it. And, lo and behold, I ended up losing 30 pounds last year. looking back on it now, it's like, man, I really wish I would have signed up for for the challenge, because that would have been the year to do it. And so, it makes it more challenging now, because, now it's like, what's my goal in this now? Now I'm down 30 pounds. I started seeing a therapist as of September, which has been amazing, and I'm not perfect, but I'm getting there. I'm not where I want to be at the moment, but I'm still getting there. So I think that my goal in this whole thing is to kind of just keep this momentum going. Like I still have moments where I slip up, and I had one last night. But the difference is that rather than beat myself up over it and let it get to me, I let that pass, and I soaked it all in. And I'm gonna be honest, I cried it out. But then once I did that, put on my headphones, got my music blasting, put on the DDPY, and I hit that mat, and that was the best therapy that I got, and that I could have gotten yesterday. And that's what this has become for me. It's like an additional therapy. It's very therapeutic doing these workouts, and not just that, but we have the greatest community. Like the support and seeing everyone's inspirational posts, this is the best. I hate social media in general, because unfortunately it can be consumed of like a lot of negativity. And if any of you are friends with me, I don't post a lot. At least I wasn't, in my own personal page, just for that reason. Like I was always scared of, what the feedback was going to be, what other people are thinking. And, in this journey that I've been in this year, it's about letting that go and just being my person, being my own person, and figuring out who that is. Who am I, and what makes me happy? And that's like really what I'm after. I can't tell you, my goal is I want to lose another 10 pounds. I'm not sure if that's what the goal is here. My goal is just, to keep going, and, being in this challenge and being in these groups and doing the workouts again. It's helped me out, because I did end up falling off track. Last year my goal was to complete a whole year of DDPY, and I started that in December of 2020. I catch COVID in 2020, January 21, and I thought like, man, this is where it ends, but I kept going, and I was able to ride that wave until September, which was a really bad month for me. My mental health was just fried. And that's when I started therapy. And so that's what my focus had been until I saw this challenge come up again in December. And I decided, you know what? I'm in it now. I'm back. And I'm so grateful to be here. And, you guys really are all inspiring and motivating. And I'm happy for all of us that are here. Whether you're doing this challenge, or even if you're just thinking about it, because God knows there were so many days that I've experienced where I didn't want to hit the mat, or I said I was going to do it tomorrow, or I said I was going to do it on a Monday and start fresh, and those days came and went, and guess what happened? Nothing. But it's different now. And on top of that, I would just like to say too, like, if anyone's struggling with that stuff, please reach out. You are not alone. The support groups in here are just unbelievable. And it's amazing watching what everyone's doing. And I'm not gonna lie, like it's even been amazing for me seeing myself. I can honestly tell you that for the first time in my life, I'm proud of me. And that's not something that I've felt in a long time. Um, but I am this time, and it's a great feeling, and I it's a battle. Every day is a fucking battle. I'm sorry, but we're getting this through, and each day gets better. So like I said, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm here completely speaking to you guys from the heart and just winging this thing. I didn't even have anything of what I wanted to say. It's all coming from the heart. But, you know, I just, I don't care if I win or if I lose this challenge, because to me, like, that's not what it's about. In fact, cheap plug, but like I've been watching, or I've been listening to DDP Snake Pit podcast on Spotify, which is DDP and Jake the Snake's podcast now. And even DDP said it himself. Um, for most of us, it's not about the money. And I know for me, like, yeah, it'd be great. Who doesn't want the money? But that's not why I'm here. To me, the fact that I signed up for this challenge and am seeing this thing through still, that's the win. Whatever else happens from here and till 6 months from now is just that's the bonus. So if I lose weight and gain muscle in the process, hey, I'll take that. But to me, it's just the fact that I'm able to be here today, healthy, stronger mentally, physically. I mean, again, the fact that I've already lost 30 pounds, um, it's amazing. You know, um, I see these videos all the time and these pictures all the time over the last few years, and even when I wasn't working out, I was watching and seeing what everybody's been doing, and why can't that be me? We're all capable of doing that. Look at Arthur's video, you know. So just stick to the program, or try to start it if you're struggling to start. The hardest part is starting, you know, but anyway, so that's my whole why I'm here, why I'm doing this. So I appreciate all of you guys and everyone that I've met in this process. Being in DDPY community now for 7 years, I've got to meet some amazing people, and people who I consider friends, and not just friends, but friends for life. And I'm so grateful to each and every one of you. You all know who you are. I love you all, and good luck to everyone. And the thing that I'm going to say in closing, because this ran a lot longer than I wanted it to, but it's important to say. Um, I saw somebody had asked a question on the page a couple of days ago. What's like something that you tell yourself when you're struggling, and I want to share with you mine. Whew. I get choked up and I cry every time I hear or see this, and especially when Dallas says it. Never underestimate the power you give someone when you believe in them. And never underestimate the power that you give yourself when you believe in you. Every single time that moves me to tears because that's what I struggle with so much was believing in me. But I'm here today because so many of you believed in me before I believed in me. That means everything to me. And I'm never going to forget that. So, thank you to everyone who's ever helped me in this journey. And, you know, it means everything. And, Dallas, I don't know if you're watching this, but thank you. And a quick side note here, but, I'm 34, so I grew up on wrestling, and especially during the Attitude Era where I was one of those kids that was throwing up, the Diamond Cutter back then. I was a huge fan of yours, and every time that you've come to Chicago, I've been there. I've been to your workshops. I saw you in Chicago. I saw you in Detroit. I was at All In. I was at All Out. And every time that I saw you, it wasn't like I was, you're larger than life, man. And you treated me like a friend. I mean, we're even friends like on Facebook. You Facebook requested me when I bought into the program. I marked out. I'm not gonna lie. Holy shit, here's DDP. You know, um, but thank you. You know, you your belief in me and all of us is what moves us, and you know, you you're so amazing, man. I mean, obviously, you're a wrestling Hall of Famer, but you are a Hall of Famer in life too, brother. And I'm so glad um, that you're doing this. It's really changed me and my life. It took me some years to get my shit together, but I'm here now. So just gonna keep going and keep hitting that mat. Love you all, and good luck to everyone.